Welcome to Uncle Kevin's Kitchen. Today we're going to be doing a venison stroganoff, and it's a very quick recipe. Nothing too extravagant, nothing too crazy. Takes all of about maybe 15-20 minutes to do. What we're going to have is we've got a pound of ground venison, nothing in it, no pork, just plain venison. A jar of gravy, any style of beef gravy is fine. We're going to be using some Worcestershire sauce, some sour cream, 4 ounces of cream cheese, garlic powder, some cayenne pepper if you like it a little hot, which I do, and some freeze-dried onions. We'll talk about those in a second. Then we're going to use a big bag of extra wide egg noodles. I use the whole bag. We don't need them. I like to have a little extra just in case people like to eat it. So what we're going to start off with, I've got a big pan on the stove with some water in it. And I'm going to dump the egg noodles in there. I like to use a gigantic pan because then I can just put it on high, cover it, forget about it. So we're going to throw those in there real quick. And if you time it right, and you do the burger, the venison burger and the egg noodles and the sauce, if you do it all together, which we're going to kind of do in little separate things, you can get it done in about 15 minutes. Very quick, very easy, quick as fast, good for bachelors like me. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to put together the sauce. Now the sauce is made up of the 3 ingredients, which is the gravy, and this one is how many ounces that is. You can find that they only come in 2 sizes, this size and the smaller one. Smaller ones will work fine too. And the next ingredient is 1 cup of sour cream. And I know how much 1 cup is. This is a 4-ounce slab of cream cheese. It came from a little 8-ounce full slab of it. I let it sit out on the counter for a little while so it softens up because it's hard to actually melt inside of there. And once that's going, we're going to put this on the stove in a little bit. Once that's going, then I add about a tablespoon of the Worcestershire sauce and then these ingredients, and we'll do that in a second. So we're going to fire up the stove here. Now what I like to do is just at least get this going so that when the venison's cooking, once the venison's done, the noodles are done, this will be kind of simmering on low for a little bit as it's melting and getting all mixed together. They all kind of come together at the same time. Venison's done, they don't need to be drained because there's no fat in it. The egg noodles are done and the sauce should be all mixed together. And at the very end we can put it all together. And you will see. Alright, the sauce now is nice and warm. I'm going to put it on low and let it just simmer for a little while we're doing the venison. The noodles are doing fine. I turned that temperature down a little bit. So, the next thing to add, we're going to start frying up the venison. Now again, this is venison, no pork added to it, no fat added to it, so actually there is no fat when you fry it. And the bad thing about it is it can get dried out, and it's very sometimes hard to cook. So I like to put butter in it, and that just adds a little fat to it, gives it a little taste, and doesn't dry it out while we're cooking. All right, we're going to add about a tablespoon of garlic powder, if you like it garlicky, and about a teaspoon of the dried onion. Just quick and easy, you don't have to chop any onions, and they actually taste pretty good. And again, the butter is just to add a little bit of fat to this. If we don't add the butter to it, it's almost like frying a dry pan. And if you do any other recipe with venison, where the venison stands alone, I would put butter in it. Because just adds a nice, good flavor to it. If you like a little spice to it, just sprinkle a little cayenne pepper on it. The venison doesn't take very long to cook. So the next step, which looks like we're about ready now, I'm going to take that sauce that we made previous, turn this heat down a little bit, and we're going to add this sauce to this hamburger. And just a little more spice. The dairy from the sour cream and the cream cheese tends to flatten out the spice from the cayenne pepper. We're not trying to heat anybody's mouth up, we're just trying to give it a little bit of a zing. Alright, we're going to let this stay on low for a little while I drain my noodles off. And once we drain the noodles off, then we will be ready to serve. Alright, now to try to drain these noodles. I'm losing half of them. Alright, I like to rinse a little bit off, rinse with the hot water. Just for a second. And transfer that right into the bowl. Now, if you don't want your noodles to clump and stick together, the best thing to do is just drizzle a little bit of olive oil in there. What that does for you is now your noodles, when they sit here, won't clump up and then break apart when you try to pull them apart and put them on the dish. One more thing I'm going to put into the sauce right now before we serve this is our tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Here we have the sauce and the noodles. one more ingredient if you like it. Just some fresh Parmesan. Right on top of that. Just a very quick, easy venison stroganoff. And again, that only took about 15 minutes. Great for deer camp, great for a bachelor, or just coming home and making something quick and easy. That's it. All right, who's gonna try it?